does deduct from available to sell, but it's not a blind. It's what's the word I'm looking for? The meaning that a salesman could still say, oh, it's over here. Maybe I can steal some. Versus if she pre-allocates, he cannot steal it at all. He will not see it. That's the difference.
It all comes out of the on hands.
Yes.
It's
yes.
The problem is if we have that customer kind of pushing us in this direction that we make a decision fast and jump into it.
Okay.
And we do understand it's an intricate software and we need to
I hear you.
We need to understand it. And I think that's what's kind of rushing everything.
I know. I will come during go live, and when you're doing stuff, I'll be here so we can also address training and that stuff.
Okay.
We have to, because I can't show you everything in 2 days. There's no way.
But I don't know
if
this holds up anything for all of us while you're not available or available.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
saying? I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we're going to be live working on the system.
Correct. That's why. But he's got to understand that some of these details will be missed because it's like in limbo. I couldn't get the train on that.
We could Skype with you or something.
No, I'll be available. I'm just not available Monday, that's all. But you're not going live on Monday. It's not happening. No matter what he says. I can't do that to my team. I have to reserve guys on my team ahead of time to come in and work on the weekends for conversion and stuff. I need heads up. Like, I can't just say, hey guys, guess what, you're not working this week. I can't do that. They'll kill me. I cannot do that. Plus, they already have other work assigned to them.
So basically, like even after she gives you the load Excel sheet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then if we have to continue to do everything in QuickBooks, then she would have to manually adjust the inventory on those on-hand inventory, right?
We'll just keep track
you
of that.
with me, Christina?
Not really.
No, you have to understand this. This is what you have to do and what you're understanding. Once we give him the Excel sheet to go live, if we still continue to use QuickBooks as a system,
can I still use my current Excel sheet?
Yeah, you can still use your current Excel sheet, but you have to remember what are you deducting, because that's what you have to make an adjustment for. You have to increase those quantities in this system if you're creating from this system the invoice. If not, then do you see what I'm saying?
I understand.
She has to make the adjustment plus or minus. You have to.
The final conversion that we're gonna, when we bring over styles and the POs, right, and your inventory, and we load it into the system. That's the final thing, and then you guys should go live, right?
But that's what we were needing to do from this Friday.
I know, no, you can't. You cannot do that
is,
so quickly. It's not possible. It's just not possible.
What if I need
he
to
just thinks it's possible. It's not possible. It's gonna be a nightmare.
But we're not making any progress as we sit along and the days pass by. Because
once you give me that stuff, we will do it. I'm not saying you're gonna go live in 3 months from now. Maybe we need another week. Maybe you need 4 more days.
So, but what do we do in interim? Like, we have orders that are shipping. Obviously, some of them she's already taken out from her orders.
Correct. Yeah.
But every week we get a whole bunch of orders, like 100 orders, and next week we have to kind of ship them.
Correct.
And also
what do we do with that?
So then we can't just make that decision right now. That's what I'm saying. We cannot just say convert everything.
So
I don't have the team available to do that at
sheet.
such a last minute notice.
Question.
I cannot do that.
So once I gave you the Excel sheet, how can I add the new item? Should I add it into the Excel sheet or?
Add it in AMT. Because I'm not going to convert again. What's the point?
Yeah, so you have to your gut training undo the item master. So either if it's created by production already in there, if not.
So you have to teach me how to add the inventory to the AMT.
Because she taught that last time.
When you say add, what's inventory?
Not inventory, adjust inventory.
Adjust inventory?
Adjust inventory or just add an item?
I'm not sure. I have to see some of the PO that I received from packaging.
But my love, he's gonna also import the POs from from them, so they would be in there for you to work with.
There?
Well, that's. But he did show you how to create an item, right?
Yes.
Not like we all remember, to be honest with you.
Correct. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You need practice. You gotta play it. You can't just pull a trigger. You'll go nuts.
Yeah, it's challenging when you have to go live. It's challenging because
that's why it has to be planned.
Although he's showing it right now, it looks easy, but when you sit down, sometimes they're not intuitive. Sometimes they're not intuitive because he's familiar with where things are placed.
Correct. If you put me in front of QuickBooks, I'll be lost. I don't know what I'm doing there. It's the same. You need some practice. You have to get some time. You can't just train and go. That just doesn't work that way.
You don't know where to click.
So
But your manuals are there to
Yes,
help us.
yes,
We
the
think
order
he has
entry there.
manual. He has
for
manuals.
order
on-
entry
It's
stuff.
too much.
Do you have for creating an item? Also?
Yes, yes,
So all
yes.
the manuals are there. You know that folder, right?
Yeah,
And how about
create an
your
item is
line?
easy. You want me to review it with you guys? It's
You
very
have
simple.
That's how I knew when he
No,
came up
no.
with the control number. I looked at his manual. I knew he's gonna press that new to control a generated
Yeah,
number.
correct.
The only thing I did not know that control number is a separate thing from
Big
big
tickets
ticket
and
number and
invoice,
invoice
yes.
number.
Correct.
That's
Does
how
the
I
big-
established
does-
there are going to be three numbers.
Does the
now.
invoice number relate to either of those two other numbers?
They are related, but it's not the same number. It'll always be different numbers.
There's going to be a third number now. That's it.
Yeah, there's a third. The control number is a third number.
So it's not pig ticket 1,000 becomes invoice 1,000.
No, it's an order that's going to different
I'll-
stores
I'll-
that has a control number of its own. That's controlling all the
I-
store distribution.
I will break.
Pig tickets are different.
I'll break. Here's how I'll break that rule you're saying. I have an order, right? I enter one order with an order number 1, for Macy's that has 100 stores. So now I have 100 pig tickets, right? Then when I invoice the 100 pig tickets, I have to make a bulk invoice by DC. So the 100 pig tickets really becomes 5 invoices. There's no way they can match up. They have to be. You understand?
Yeah.
They cannot be the same number. It's
I've had a
completely
question
different.
for the past few weeks
Yeah.
that that we didn't really.
Is that pertaining to this? Because I think we like all 10 minutes to 5.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so
That was pertaining to the NRT color codes,
NRF.
NRF color codes.
NRT.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it in here, we didn't do it, but do you
Well,
have a way of
yes.
signing your,
So
Those codes
why is
are-
that? Why are you asking that question? I'm curious.
because we do sometimes need to use them and we didn't.
But like I said, it's not something that we need to address it right now in this
I'm just
type
wondering,
of
my
discussion.
We do have
question
it.
is, can he attach those codes to our color names if it's black?
Do
and
you
white?
have it?
No, we're not using them, but sometimes Christina has to do them and she has to find those codes.
But
and
she's
enter them.
using only
Here.
sometimes.
So here, when you
What did you say? I didn't.
when
Well,
you
NRF
We
color
should,
codes.
Oh,
we should.
only
But that's
for Bloomingdale.
we should have
Here,
it.
here.
And that's just for
Here.
one customer, and that's
Yeah.
not even
correct.
majority
So when
of
you
the
do
sales.
black,
Uh-huh.
NRF color
001.
code is 001.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fills it in?
Oh,
No. It's not a universal
He
thing.
has to,
Universal,
she has to
It's not a
create it.
universal thing.
She has to create it.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a universal
the-
thing. It's a range of numbers.
Yeah, I know.
Like the blue group is 400 to
But we know that,
499.
we know that, but
So
we've had to
navy
fill
might
it.
be 450. It doesn't matter. It could be anything within that range. So there's no rhyme or reason.
Is there any, so when you just did that, you just,
I have pre-filled that in from before because I know black is 001. I know white is 100. I know blue is
so
400.
she has
Those
to
are-
add it, is there some place in here?
If she has right there in the color code field, that's where it enters colors. These are the colors. So the colors that I created has an NRF color code
Okay,
next to
it's
it.
there, okay, that's very.
Now when they're creating colors, if they know the NRF color, okay, just stick it in. If you want me to upload it and you have a list, just give me the color, the NRF, and I'll upload it for you. Not a problem. But that plays more a role for the catalog. It's a catalog thing. It's a
Yeah,
EDI thing,
and
and
that's
things of
just
that nature.
a one-time thing.
Sure, yeah.
For few
So that's
customers.
it. But we handle all that stuff.
Once we get big on that, maybe.
There's nothing that you guys do that we do not handle, or else we would be out of business. We handle everything, every single thing you can think of.
Okay, so now after the order entry,
So yes, so then after the order is in, right? So the next step in a sense is the order is entered, 768 pieces, right? And the only thing is the order by default goes on hold. Why? Because we don't know if it's credit approved. The system does not know that unless you want to. Now, do you guys override that? Who determines credit? Who determines it?
I determined
Or
checked
you-
the factor, but we
You just want to give them the ability to just say good.
yeah, majority is good.
Okay, good.
Majority is good,
Okay.
and they'll come out to me, salespeople or Mina ask me if there's an order that's very small, we haven't shipped in a while. and-
Okay, so they'll
Yeah.
manual intervention in a
Yeah.
sense. So once the order is entered, just click here. This
So
means
this is something we're not gonna remember, guys, so we have to remember this, otherwise it's not gonna let us move on to the next stage.
Correct. You have to approve the order because the order
Otherwise,
is
we're
on
not
hold.
gonna be able to see this order in the next step.
And the allocation.
Right.
Because if it's not credit approved, the system says, hey, I can't let you ship this order. It must be approved.
Okay.
The fastest and easiest way to approve an order is just static approve, which says user approved.
You can't make it default for us, or?
No.
No, you cannot?
When you get EDIs later on, it'll come in and auto approve.
Okay.
Okay? So what it does, that when I do that, the order goes to normal.
Otherwise, we
Normal
would be
means it's
looking
shippable.
for it and the next screen, we're like, where is it? I
I've
just
never
entered
heard the
it.
word
Did it get lost?
status
Static.
used. What does that mean?
It's static, meaning that it's
Does
just
that mean status? It's supposed to
no,
be status?
no, static. It's a static meaning I'm
My,
approving.
my challenge with, although you said everything could be Excel, my challenge was when I created the terms list, I didn't know any way to see all the terms I created on a piece of report or
I
on
showed you.
Excel.
I sent you a report. You said okay.
You did to
Yes.
me, but I couldn't
I sent
find
you
it.
here. I sent you the report with the
But
terms
yeah,
list.
so again, it's for this orders. After
Yeah.
they create the orders, how can we go back and see how these orders are? Where is the list of orders?
Anywhere we have inquiries or reports, like when you say when you say see it,
Open
what do you
order
want to
report
do?
you want?
Want to open order report? Oh my goodness!
Okay, open order report.
Pick one.
No,
we have so many.
You know, they're gonna look for an
So
order.
this- so-
They're gonna go in there. This doesn't have an arrow going front, back like QuickBooks.
Here.
What we
here,
are
there's
trained to
there's an
use.
arrow.
There is? Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
So wait a second. When you say you're looking, okay, wait.
Yeah.
So step back.
Step back, yeah.
Why are you looking for an order? So I can help
No,
you.
I'm just saying, we don't know what we might be doing. If
Correct.
we're searching for something that we just entered,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay. So there's
okay.
searches everywhere. You have a search feature here.
so
which
we'll
you-
have to remember it with the control number.
No, not at all. I just showed you.
Mhm.
I can go into any inquiries or
Right.
any search feature here in order entry.
Okay.
I'm searching any one of these parameters. Find me all orders for this customer. Find me all orders I entered today.
Okay.
Find me all orders for this customer
Okay, so
for this
that's great.
style.
Okay.
There's
alright.
like the
Okay.
inquiries are phenomenal. There's no way
Okay.
you can't find something.
No, but just your system is obviously different
It's
from what
very
we're
different.
using.
Yes,
so that's
yes,
why I'm
yes.
asking.
Yes, the
because it's not
inquiries-
intuitive to us.
Yes,
You know?
yes. the
And we
inquiries-
gonna might think that we just entered something we can't find it.
No,
you
no,
know, like,
no.
yeah.
I could so say I forgot this is control number 129, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I come back in tomorrow after I'm done, right?
Right.
I could say Windows, close all.
There's one thing I want to address here. They tend to bill FOB shipment from overseas in advance in our system. That would be wrong in this system because it's pulling the inventory.
Correct.
And by the way, FOB is not inventory on hand or in transit or
correct.
anything. It's going from overseas directly. So this is something
It
you
will
have
be
to
an FOB warehouse, a warehouse code, not famous Target, not ACE.
So let's
It'll
set
be-
that up today,
it'll be
please.
that has to be.
Okay, so
remember to
you'll
do
have
it.
to remember that.
Anytime you're
Something-
entering an FOB sales order and an FOB PO, you must select a warehouse code called. You want to call it something.
Let's just
Most
do
of my
it right now.
calls call
005.
most of my clients call it DIR, or you want to call it 005. I like it. You got
005
it. Yeah.
FOB.
FOB warehouse,
Yeah.
right?
Just remember that, okay?
Because if you
have
do
to
not select the right warehouse and you build this order from the
Yeah.
wrong warehouse, it will deduct it from that warehouse. You'll be in
No, but
trouble.
everybody
Trouble
needs to know this.
Oh, correct.
Very
Not
important to
her
select it.
alone, yeah, very important.
But then there are certain customers that are only FOB, correct?
Yeah.
Or are they both?
No, not necessarily.
So then that's good because in a sense,
Could be both.
it could be both.
it could be. But I'm saying for the 99% of it, right? When you create a customer and you know that Macy's MMG is an FOB customer, set them to be an FOB warehouse, so that gets defaulted on the warehouse on the order. Once you set it up correct here, it defaults to the order to everywhere else.
Okay.
What happens if you have a bulk order and then the allocation comes in against it? Does it pull from it, or do you have to cancel the bulk and just do?
So
you
EDI,
don't have
so
to
there's two
duplicate
ways of doing
sales?
that. So we have EDI when it kicks in, will draw down that bulk automatically. Since you're not EDI, you're gonna have to do it, but not in a manual sense. There's a button in, see again, I need more time to train you on that. In
Yeah.
order entry, right? In order entry, when you get that release order, right? For like, what was it, 129?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's test number. 129, right? See this drawdown here? When you hit that button, it's gonna look for bulk orders to draw down. Say it'll find all bulk orders from Macy's that matches these styles. So you can say, okay, it found these 5 bulks with this style. Choose this one, the earliest one, draw it down, done.
And then we cancel the balance if they didn't confirm it all?
Correct. And
It's almost like we've been talking about, like
By-
open order,
yes.
weren't closed.
That's the issue. You must maintain data integrity. If you have 1,200 pieces and they only confirm 900, and you know they're not confirming the 300, do not leave the 300 open because it's gonna show that available to sell that, hey, I still owe somebody 300, and that'll be a
And
big
then there's
problem.
a
You have to
report on
close
that.
it.
But there isn't a report on that.
Correct, the open orders and all that
But
stuff, you
it
close
must be driven by,
it. Same thing with
it's
POs.
probably driven by cancel date, right? The
Yes,
order.
yes,
It's probably
correct.
driven by
It's
cancel.
all, everything is driven by dates. It's
So,
very
well,
date driven.
we can filter the report and find the open orders with the cancel date. Oh, this order is already has the cancellation date. It's been invoiced. Why is it still allocating this number of pieces? Why this order has this number of pieces? Then the decision to close it, right?